do that so we could see us both. We'll give a couple minutes for people to get in here, and we have another rabbit hole, y'all. Another rabbit hole.
Unfortunately.
This one's a lot more significant, though. A lot more significant. Oh, you know what? I got to take off my Bluetooth. There we go. All right, we should be back. This is crazy, y'all. Who's here? Teresa, welcome you first. Blue Unicorn, welcome. We got a huge rabbit hole here, guys.
Teresa,
Blue Unicorn, welcome on in.
Hey,
This one's a sad one, guys. This one, Lucky, what's up? Jen, nice to have you here. This may be one of the most important live streams that I've done all year. So
I didn't even know this was even happening.
yeah. Eyes are open. Let's see who else we got here. Cliff, welcome. Nice to have you here. King Bluto, welcome. Good afternoon to you. I'm with KDOT. Mick T, welcome. Nice to have you here. Old Guy Mitch. Jen, thank you for being here. Hennessy, welcome. All right, so I'm a little miffed, y'all. I'm a little pissed off. Let me see that, KDOT, real quick. So KDOT and I were at the municipal center, the one that we're always at to get information from the clerk's office, and I happened to see a brochure, this brochure right here, Homeless Services Resource Guide, right?
Yeah.
And I asked the clerk about it, and they really didn't have any information other than what was in this pamphlet. And what's up, Standing Tall? Everybody else that I missed, if I didn't mention you, I do apologize. I got a lot on my mind.
Standing Tall. I ain't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, it's a one-page deal, the little pamphlet, right? And inside, so that's what you get, right? When you get this services thing. And it lists off emergency shelters, day shelters, food and pantries, reentry services, veteran services, employment, additional important resources, shit like that, right? So we found out some really informative stuff today, guys. The first being, the first place we went to was this place right here, Aurora Warms the Night. Okay, it's the second one listed, right? Second one listed on this pamphlet, and it says short-term motel sheltering, and it has walk-in hours from Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 1, so 3 hours. Okay, and then Tuesday through Thursdays, 2 to 4.
It's Tuesday today, by the way.
It is Tuesday today.
And they were closed.
They were closed today. So we went there. We didn't do a video on it because we didn't want to. We were just basically on fact-finding mission today, right? Information. And we didn't want to get shut down because we wanted the info, right? So Matthew, welcome. Nice to have you here, bud. Hit that thumbs up button. There's 22 people in here and only 7 thumbs up.
Yeah.
The more people that hear this, the better. I'm telling you guys that the only way that this changes is with the people, because it's definitely not going to change with the politicians out here. We'll get into it in just a second, okay? So we get there and the place is closed. Not only is it closed, it's something completely different, and it's now run by a church. Jesus on Colfax or some shit. I don't know what it is, but they're not open. So these hours are completely non-existent at that place now. So there's one place that's down, right? Not really a place where people can go. And even if it was what they said, 3 hours of every day, well, Monday through Thursday, you could go there and possibly get a meal on one day. Mondays was the only day that they offered meals. But we get there and they're closed. And not only are they closed, they only list 2 days. Mondays and I believe fuck. What was it, KDOT? It was one other day. So it was 2 days
Yeah.
that they're open. Nunya, welcome. Just trying to read chat here. Jesse Sepulveda, what's up, man? Nice to have you here, bro. Okay, so yes, there's a hot tub tonight. I'll talk about that at the end of the stream, but this is, I got to get this information out, y'all. So, okay, so we were disheartened to say the least, right?
Yep.
So that's one service that is no longer available for anybody in the city of Aurora. So then we decide to, we were actually looking for these places right here, guys. These are little tiny, I guess, shelters. I don't know what they call them, like little mini houses, basically. They're not even like tiny houses. They're smaller than that. And that's what we were initially going to look for. So did I get to talk to anyone, Rody? By the way, welcome, Road Dogs. Nice to have you in here. We did, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So we go to this top one, right? I don't know if you guys could see that, Comitis Crisis Center. And we go there and we meet, do you remember his name? Mike, I think?
I think it was, yeah.
I think his name was Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy's super nice. He was,
Nice.
basically, he's like the front desk guy that kind of keeps things in order and all that. And he was super informative. KDOT and I found out that this is the only homeless shelter in Aurora, Colorado. The only one for the entirety of Aurora. The only homeless shelter, y'all. So
Ran 24/7.
it's 24/7. It's the only one. Now they have rules, like they're not a daytime shelter, so they kick everybody out during the day for the most part. And then next to them, there's another building on the other side of a police station, of course, where they can go during the day, right? And they do have blockout periods for like the cold. When it gets super cold, the people can go in there and they'll pretty much take anybody in as long as they're not causing an issue and to keep these people warm and alive. Colorado gets really cold in the winter. It's been mild so far, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We've only had that one snow, and that was, I mean, it sucked, but it wasn't major. It wasn't terrible. The Gregory, welcome. Nice to have you here. So one shelter for, what is the population of Aurora? KDOT, like 300,000, 200,000?
I think so.
Okay, somewhere around there.
I think it was 400,000.
Shit show, welcome, AC. Nice to have you here. All right, so we get to talking to this guy, and he's giving us information. Like they have a lottery system. They have places where families can stay. I mean, they're very limited. The building's not the biggest building in the world, but it does 386,000. Thank you. Auditing Live, thank you. 389,000 people.
347.
Okay, so 389,000 people, and they have one homeless shelter. One homeless shelter for all of Aurora. And I talked to this guy, and KDOT and I are asking him some questions, and we're advocates, we're activists, and we want to make sure that people are safe here, and he was very accommodating.
I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to correct that. It's actually, because I looked at the 2023, that was 2021.
Oh.
399,913.
Okay, so 400,000 people, you might as well say, because they don't account for everybody.
So if you round it up, yeah.
Yeah, 400,000 people in Aurora for one shelter, y'all. Joko, welcome. Nice to have you here. So we're listening, right? We're listening because this affects us, right? Yeah. This affects the people of Aurora because right now there's a big pissing match between Denver and Aurora over over these homeless people. Denver keeps pushing them out east, and Aurora wants to push him back west into Denver, and it's a pissing match, right? So I'm listening to this guy, and he's saying, you know, we serve these people, blah, blah, blah. We have a mental health center here. We have a rehab center section. People can come in if they're boisterous and they, you know, cause a problem, then we can suspend them for a couple of days, but we don't want to shut the door on them completely. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable, right? Perfectly reasonable to hear these things from this guy. And you can tell he's busy. You know, there are people walking in and out of this center. We couldn't go in the center because of obvious reasons. Like they want to keep it closed. I wish we could go in there. And maybe when I talk to the PR person, we can take a tour of the building and show you guys what, you know, what's going on there, because there needs to be a focus on it. These people are heroes. You want to talk about true heroes, these people are it, right? Yeah. Cops are not it. These people are it. So in our listening to this guy talk, there's a day center that's, like I said, right across from the police station, which is just kind of catty corner to it on the south side. And that's where the day people go. But the city of Aurora, in their infinite fucking wisdom, decides that they're going to cut the budget to this place. And it's more likely than not that the day center is going to get shut down because of the budget cuts. And that is squarely on the mayor and the city council. They're the ones that hold the purse strings when it comes to budgeting the Aurora. You know where the vast majority of the money goes to in Aurora for the budget? It goes to the police. The same police force that's under fire for Elijah McClain, that's under fire for Kyle Vincent, that's under fire for any myriad number of people that they beat the shit out of or killed. Jordell Richardson's another one.
Antonio Johnson.
I mean, the list is long. Aurora is easily in the top 5 of the worst police forces in the United States. People can make the argument for the LAPD. They can make arguments for Mesa, Arizona. They can make arguments for New York. They can make arguments for wherever you're at. But I am telling you here right now that the Aurora PD is top 5 worst in the entire country. Okay? Al SoCal, nice to have you here, bud. There was a comment I wanted to read. Essendron Hennessy, budget cuts to siphon it off to where? Hold on, we'll get to that. We'll talk. Razor, nice to have you here. Carol, nice to have you here. Hit the like button if you haven't. We got 26 likes. That's really good, guys. You should audit with Silence Boy. I've done it before, I believe. And besides, I'm only auditing with this guy for the most part going forward, guys. All right? So I'm only doing things with KDOT because we're the only two people we can really, really trust, right? He knows he can count on me, and I know I can count on him, and we don't need anybody else. Everybody else seems to be fucking up things in the Denver metro area, okay? Causing ordinances that don't need to be there, all kinds of shit. But let's get back to the real fucking problem, okay? Yeah. So we're listening to this guy, and he's talking to us about budget cuts of all fucking things, guys. Budget cuts that could shut down half of the only homeless shelter in all of Aurora, Colorado. Right? Budget cuts. Only so they can feed the pigs, right? The cockroaches, more money. Right? What was it? Last year they did the $8,000 bonus, or the year before, Kate?
I believe it was the year before.
Okay. $8,000 bonus so they could try to keep the people that... Do you think it worked? Do you think giving these assholes $8,000 more each and every police officer in Aurora, Colorado, with already over budget salaries, all right? We've detailed this before. People like piece of shit fucking Douglas, who's sitting on his ass, Sergeant Douglas, who's sitting on his ass at headquarters, doing what? Doing absolutely fuck all. right? 8,000 extra in addition to his $141,000 salary that he gets for overseeing records for the police department, which is asinine. Asinine. $141,000 plus an additional $8,000 so this guy could sit on his ass and do nothing. And we already proved what kind of fucking fraud he was based on his stupid evaluations that I got by doing a records request, right? Sitting there covering for people sleeping on the job. And not only that, fucking putting the whistleblower's information out there and causing him or her all kinds of fucking issues. That's the type of fucking pieces of shit that they have sitting on their ass at headquarters doing absolutely fuck all. Nothing. Doing zero. Zilch. And now they're talking about cutting the budget for this fucking one and only fucking homeless shelter. And people think that the people are the problem in Aurora. That's not the problem. The politicians and the fucking police are the problem in Aurora, Colorado.
And the thing is, they get most of, if like Emolade said, they get most of the funding, and they complain the most. And there's two things: they're not funding Struggle of Love, which is an anti-youth violent prevention team and facility, and they're taking the budget away, or we're taking as far as funding the budget of this facility here, which is wrong. It's just straight wrong. But then they complain about both of those entities. Oh, you for killing each other. Oh, and homeless people are the problem. And then you take funding for them to get on their feet.
You know what it is, y'all?
Crazy.
It's like that Spider-Man meme that you guys have seen on Twitter and other places where you got three spider versions of Spider-Man pointing at each other, right?
Yep.
Only in this case, they ain't fucking heroes, right? They're the fucking enemy. They're the Green Goblin or fucking Rhino or whatever other fucking Venom. Three Venoms pointing at each other. They're the problem. The homeless people are the problem. The youth themselves are the problem. They never look introspectively and say, you know what? The government's the problem. We're the fucking one. We're the people that are sucking the energy out of the fucking city and all the funds for our fucking selves.
Right.
So, what do you guys think in chat? You guys tell me. Where does the problem lie here in Colorado? Is it with KDOT and myself? The true activist here? Are we the issue when we bring up these fucking questions in city council? People give KDOT shit all the time for his language, his rhetoric, right? Carol, I had to do that for everybody. Don't feel offended. It's no big deal. George Daly, welcome. Right, Carol. If we don't do it, who the fuck is going to do it, right? And to add insult to injury, there was just a vote here to vote for mayor, and piece of shit Mike Hoffman won another fucking term. So now we got 4 more years of fucking tyranny here in Aurora, Colorado. He's just gonna chip away at all the budgets that help the people.
Yep.
He's tough on crime. That was his mantra on his signs. Tough on crime. What do we got here? Armchair Observer, welcome. He said the problem is DMA's dancing. It angers me. Actually, greed is the root. No, I understand what you're saying, and I alluded to it earlier. There are people that are causing too many issues, but luckily, we're not going to have to worry about him too much longer. He'll be in fucking jail for 2 weeks, and then on probation for 2 years. So, probably not a good time to come by and say hello. Veronica, it's always a good time to come in and say hello. Thank you for being here. Kip LA, welcome, my bro. Nice to have you. So, you know what? I understand times are tough for a lot of people. But the time is not right now to cut budgets from homeless shelters. There's never a good time to cut that budget, ever. We've got more and more people in this country that are becoming homeless by the fucking day, right? By the fucking day, right? When the Louisville fire happened out in Louisville, there were 1,000 people that were out on the street right after that.
Yep.
The next fucking day. So another 1,000 people on the street. You think it gets any better? It doesn't get any better. And it's not going to get any better until they start fucking putting money where it fucking belongs.
Right.
In the homeless shelters. In the homeless services.
Because it does all but so much of the work with mental health, showers, food, all those type of things. Shelter. And here's the thing. They didn't say they were going to completely shut down, but they did say that they're going to have to restrict a lot of. They can't help a lot of people. Their staff is probably going to be cut short. So that, I mean, there you go, right there. Like, other people are losing jobs, you know, which is crazy. But yeah, that's the main hub, and it's gonna slowly decline if it's not funded.
If you live in and around Aurora, Colorado, I implore you, I beg of you, and I never do that. Go to these city council meetings and see if we're not full of fucking shit.
Yep.
Go to these city council meetings, sit there and just listen. Just listen. In the next 10 years, there will be wealth transferred to boomers from inheritance that has never been seen in history, yet we have this level of poor people. That's exactly fucking right, man. That's exactly right. No question about it. We're seeing unprecedented levels of poverty. Unprecedented. Luckily, my son had someone to advocate for him. Most do not. Mental health is all of our issue. That's exactly right, Carol. But nobody gives a shit because it's something unseen, right? It's not tangible. You can't put your finger on it. You can't quite, you say things as a politician. Oh, it's not the guns, it's the mental health, right? Well, let's put your money where your fucking mouth is and start pouring money into mental health.
Right.
Instead of raising these motherfucking cops' budgets every goddamn year. They were crying about being short-staffed. They're so short-staffed. Oh, my God. How come is it that when KDOT are out, we see cops just hanging out all the fucking time, doing nothing. Talking.
Matter of fact, we talked to, we won't say her name, but we talked to a city employee, one of the higher ups, and she said she had to wait 3 to 4 hours for police to respond.
Right.
And what was it for? Was it for it was for...
I can't remember what she said.
But yeah, I'm like, no way you shouldn't have to wait that long for police to come. Like, that shit is crazy. And
it has nothing to do. It has zero to do with their budget and the amount of fucking police that they got. It has zero to do with that.
Right.
And it has 100% to do with inefficiency. That's what it boils down to. It boils down to the cops not doing what they're supposed to do all the time. And I get this shit all the time, KDOT. Well, you're on the cops, but nobody can work the entire time they're on their shift. How does that play out with your boss, guys? When you go to work, if they don't see you working, can you just say, oh, well, we can't possibly work every minute that we're here on the clock?
Right.
How does that play out? How would that play out for you, KDOT? If your supervisor came and about half of the time you were just fucking dicking around on your phone, like off on the corner where you couldn't see what's going on.
Seems like I would my services would be no longer needed.
I'm sure he might give you a warning. Hey, you're not really doing anything. You need to get, and if you don't, there's going to be a different talking to. Right?
Right.
You know who the only people are holding these pieces of shit? Thank you for that super chat, man. I really appreciate that for coffee break. Thank you. I'll take KDOT after for coffee break. I promise.
Appreciate it.
I really appreciate that, man. That's huge. It's big. I'll see it in maybe a month or two. I get like 100 every 2 to 3 months. So, You know, that's how Google does it, or YouTube. But
Yeah, it's just wrong. The thing is, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to get we're gonna get the current police budget and compare the two, and the other one as far as struggle, you know, them failing to do that, and really just harping on it when we go to city council meeting and expressing like, okay, so this is what's really going on, y'all. Like, this is, how are y'all not fixing this? Like, this, y'all complain so much again about the homeless people, but y'all don't want to provide resources for them to be better. So why was cutting? Why was cutting? Sorry, yeah. Why was the budget cut for this reason? Like, there's just no reason. Like, y'all do above and beyond for the police, and y'all say, oh, we need all this training and all bullshit, bull fucking shit. Stop it. Stop just solely budgeting APD and not also budgeting other organizations that can make our neighborhood a lot better.
Spiky Mike, thank you for that message, man. I appreciate you. Massive respect to you as well. He did his first video where you filmed the police. I know shit is bad overseas too, and I appreciate you doing that, man, honestly. So mad props to you. The issue is mostly with the corruption and the amount of misbudgeting, right? I know a way that they could, KDOT, I know how we can immediately get money for that homeless shelter. Fire fucking Douglas and immediately take that money and send it to that homeless shelter. They could use that $141,000 a year.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
That would be a massive boom to them. Right now, that shelter, the only one in Aurora, Colorado, is struggling to find blankets. So if you guys have blankets, they need them. They need them. If you want to donate to my channel so I can buy blankets, then I'll do it. I will fucking do it.
Yeah.
They need blankets big time. Like not like comforters or you know, little throw blankets. He's like, if you know anybody that has blankets that could donate to us, please bring them. You know, we'll take any blankets. We need blankets.
Exactly.
You dial 313131, I think, and you put in blanket or home, I don't know, something, and they'll give you a blanket. They'll make sure that you at least have a blanket in this cold that's coming up. Like I said, it's been mild up to this point, but Colorado winters can get brutal in the negative temperatures at night. Who the fuck wants to be on the street with no shelter in negative temperatures? I don't want anybody to be on the streets in negative temperature. I don't care if they're a drug addict, an alcoholic, you know, they got, you know, they're quote unquote pieces of shit because they don't want to get a job. You know, I've heard it all. I take that nonsense and throw it out the fucking window. These are people, right? Flesh and blood. Flesh and blood. These are our brothers and sisters out here on the street. Bluto, thank you very much, man. Put this towards your efforts to get blankets for the homeless. I will do that, man. As soon as I get that money, Bluto, which could take me a month or 2 or 3. I mean, I last I checked, I think I was up to $60. So, you know, yeah, Mikey, 11K, bro. That's a good accomplishment for your first video. Thank you very much, Bluto. I really appreciate it, man. And I will do that. I'm going to Vegas next week, so after I get back from Vegas, I'll make sure and buy a blanket in your name, Bluto, and I'll take it on over to their center. I might even be able to buy 2. Sometimes Walmart has like blankets for like $5. I'll buy 2 and I'll bring them over there, you know, or 1 or 2. We'll see. Life expectancy nosedives for every degree below freezing. That's exactly right. That 100%. Right. The colder it gets out on the streets, the more likely it is that people are going to die. Let's talk about that for just a second. Genocide. Not a topic that is brought up on my channel that often, y'all. But there's currently plans for a complete and utter genocide of homeless people right here in Colorado. east of Aurora, Colorado. A place called Bennett, which I've been to. It's a decent little town.
Yep.
But there are plans to build warehouses where they can warehouse the homeless.
Right.
So if people don't know about Bennett, Colorado, it's a small town about, I'd say, 20 miles east of Aurora, Colorado.
Right.
So it's out of the purview of everybody. Nobody's ever probably even heard of Bennett, Colorado, unless you live here, right? But it's I mean, it's open range out there. Like, there's like nothing going on out there. Okay? Standing Tall, thanks for that. I'll go check it out, man. Is it decent though? Carol says. Is it decent? No, Carol. If you warehouse people, think of the term warehouse. People are not commodities. At least not in my view, and not in KDOT's view. That's the reason that him and I are out here on the streets doing what we do, because we believe in people, right? People are not fucking objects or items. I know that's how the government fucking sees it. We don't see it that way.
Right.
We see it completely different. People are people, flesh and blood. Our weakest links are homeless. And that's how this society should be judged. Not on anything else. Not on all the aid that we give to Israel and fucking Ukraine and all this other bullshit that goes on, right? We should be judged on how we treat our weakest links, which are the homeless people out here. Yes, they're drug addicts, some of them. Yes, they're alcoholics, some of them, right? Yes, some of them are too lazy and don't want to get a job. I understand all that. But these, at the end of the day, are people. You're right. It's worse than prison. You know why it's worse than prison, Standing Tall? Because at least in prison, if you die, your family will be notified and you might have a decent funeral. Out there, you know what they're going to do to you? They're going to wait for you to die, and they're going to put you in an unmarked fucking grave somewhere out there. That's what they're going to do. Walter Davis, thank you, man. Appreciate you. They did that in Corvallis. They wanted to put a new homeless shelter in a vacant hangar at the airport 5 miles out of town. Yeah, I know. Warehousing people, man. That's what we're talking about now. Out of the purview of anybody else. So if anything goes on out there, nobody's going to see it and nobody's going to give a fuck. You think they don't give a fuck now? What's going to happen when this happens?
And it's what the crazy thing is more and more homeless people are just going to get harassed, and just, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put them in Bennett, Colorado. They're trying to harass them, and it's just not right.
Yeah.
And it's just not right. And so, guys, we were now the little hut situation, that the pictures that we showed you right here, this right here, that is at Salvation Army, which is unfortunately we can't as a private entity and we can't go in, but the goal was to see how the homeless people were being treated in this particular community, all those type of things, but we can't do that because it's obviously Salvation Army, and it's in the back of it. So
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you guys what the Salvation Army. We're going to go on a little drive here, guys.
Yeah.
Check this out. So we can go into this next parking lot. It's going to be kind of stealth. So I'm going into a private parking lot, and I'm coming right back out. I'm not going to cause any issues. But I want to show you guys with my camera these little mini houses that the Salvation Army takes care of. We can't go in their lot, but we can go to the adjacent lot just to show you guys, okay? That's where we're going right now, and I will show you guys this little mini I don't know if you guys can see them, but we'll see. You can see the top of them at least. I'm going to turn around here, and you'll be able to see on the left as I turn, okay? These are these little mini houses. These are great, right? But a private entity has to step in. You see all those little houses there?
Yep, there they are.
There they are. These are where homeless people are supposedly able to supposedly able. I've never seen anybody go in there though. I don't. I mean, without talking to the Salvation Army and ask me if they're gonna fucking give us an interview, they probably won't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a tax write-off. I don't think the Salvation Army is doing shit there. But that's purely conjecture on my part. But let me get to a point where the sun isn't in our eyes, and we'll talk some more and then end it. Sorry to keep you guys so long, but this shit needs to be said and done.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's fucking wrong. Big eye opener for KDOT and myself. I mean, I kind of knew about this situation, but to actually hear the words coming out of somebody that's right in the thick of things. Now, he did give me a number to a PR person, which I will be contacting maybe tomorrow. I'm going to be a little busy today, but tomorrow I'm going to try to get an interview with the PR person for the only homeless shelter, Comitas, or what the hell is it called?
Do you think it would be a good idea to put the number on here so they can call and see if they can how maybe the public can support them?
Not right now, KDOT. Let's hold up. I want to talk to the lady first so we can figure that out. But
Okay.
what I do want is if you guys can donate, super thanks, super chats. I never really ask for donations, but I do want to help this center out as much as I can, even as tiny as it is. So my Cash App, PayPal is ideal. So that way the 30% isn't taken out for YouTube and all that, all that type of shit. Ask the Salvation Army for a tour on camera. I will, but I got priorities first, standing tall. We can only be humble and help the needy because nothing will change. It hasn't since the time of Christ, Kip LA. All right, I hear you, Kip. Listening to the drive home. Thank you, Rosie. Appreciate you. 357, what's up, man? Nice to have you here.
357. What's up, man?
It's sad, guys, and it's an eye-opener for everybody. We're gonna do what we do. We are activists, pure in the purest sense of the word. I don't consider myself a pure 1A guy or a 2A guy or an auditor, as some people say. I'm a jack of all trades, but one thing that I'm proud to call myself is an activist, and I know KDOT feels the same way.
Yep.
So we're only two people, but we're two people that I know for a fact that are doing this for the right reasons. So if you can help in that regard, but make sure if you donate, you tell me you want to donate it to the cause, the blankets, because these people desperately need blankets. The homeless shelter, Comitas. You can look it up, COMITIS, on Google. Read all about them. It's the only homeless shelter in all of Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah.
They have services like if you have trouble with your ID, they have caseworkers that can try to get, stuff for you.
Right.
They have mental health services there, which is sorely needed.
Absolutely.
Shit like that, is sorely needed by that place in particular. By the end of the year, if Mike Kaufman, the mayor of Aurora, and maybe that's a person you want to contact, Mike Kaufman of Aurora, Colorado, the mayor of Aurora, Colorado, and the city council members as well. Contact every single one of them and tell them that you want the budget of Aurora, more of the budget of Aurora to go into the only homeless shelter, Comitas. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's right here. Let me show you guys. Comitas. It's right at the top. COM. Okay? And I saw somebody just did another super chat.
Thank you.
Bluto, thank you very much, man. Maybe that was from before. My chat's all fucked up now, guys. So we are going to have to end this because KDOT's got stuff to do. I got stuff to do, but just know, guys, when I'm not doing videos, I'm not sitting on my ass. All right?
We're out here.
We're out here on these streets doing stuff, right? Getting police reports, getting body cam footage, all kinds of shit that you guys don't see. We're doing the hard work, okay? And we are getting results, all right? So I implore you guys, in your town, homeless shelters all fucking day long. Vet them first. Go talk to them. Find out what they need. If they need money, if they need clothing, if they need whatever.
Geo workers.
Yeah. You can find military grade blankets for a good price at an Army surplus. I will, Kip. I sure will. Body cam footage is expensive, Al SoCal. We know that. We've been through that process before, man. And any money that they can put on top of that, they will, especially if they know us like they do. They know us.
Mm-hmm.
So they make it extremely difficult. I have requests that are going to take months to get back. KDOT knows we put in the work, man. We do. We literally go up there all the time to put in requests for body cam footage, police reports, information like salaries and the last one that we did that I got back was to find out about petty traffic stops. Okay, petty traffic stops cause deaths in Aurora, Colorado, just like they do in your neck of the woods, wherever you're at. Okay. Department members need reporting, so go straight to the boss, MLH.
Yep.
We always do, man. When we go to the municipal center, we talk to the main players there. We talk to the city manager. We talk to, and when somebody fucks with us, we get them fired, not because we got them fired, but because of their actions get them fired.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
They don't like us. We know that. But I don't care if they like us or not. This isn't a popularity contest, right? This is help people contest. Help as many people as you possibly can help. So thank you, Matthew, for putting that Cash App in there. It means a lot, man. I do appreciate it. If you guys do happen to donate and you want it earmarked for a specific reason, then let me know. And I promise you, that's my solemn promise to each and every one of you. I don't take these, like next week I'm going to Vegas. I don't take any of that money and blow it on myself. KDOT knows I don't do that.
Yeah.
I know other people will. But if you do donate and earmark it, say I want this to go to that homeless shelter. I want you to buy hand warmers for people. I've done that before.
Yep.
Water is something that is so underrated, guys. And you yourselves can do this at home, right? Go to a Sam's Club or a Walmart. Walmart's a little more expensive, but it costs less. At Sam's Club, it's less than $4 to buy a case of water. Hand out that water to homeless people randomly in your neck of the woods. All right. And if you can't afford $4, even one bottle of water, a quarter could buy you a bottle of water. Hand it out to someone. Okay. If I can inspire one person to buy one bottle of water and hand it to a homeless person, then that's a success.
Yes.
Okay. Costco, same thing, Bluto. Bottles of water are imperative. Water is the building block of all life, man. One bottle of water can make a person's day.
And that's...
what else we got here before we leave? KDOT, do you have anything to say before we get out of here?
So,
here, this, by the way.
real quick. So we have, so I want to be very clear. Denver PD is actually trained on how to deal with the 1A community. Okay, so I'm gonna read you a few things real quick. So there's a memo. This was actually written by Payson, Chief Paul M. Payson, who was the last chief of police. So I'm gonna read to you real quick. I wonder if we can do it sideways, because shit, that's a lot better. Okay, First Amendment and free speech update. This memo was put out June 6th of 2019.
Juan, welcome.
Said update highlighted below. Updates include additional examples of prohibited conduct and clarification of First Amendment protections are extended to criticism and recording of all public employees in addition to law enforcement. This is what they think about us, guys. There has been a recent increase of individual groups in the Denver metro area conducting First Amendment audits. First Amendment audits are typically conducted by individuals who film encounters with law enforcement or other public officials in publicly accessible areas, including city buildings, courthouses, and public areas where government employees, not always law enforcement, are conducting business. If the individual believes his or her First Amendment or other protected rights have been violated, the encounter may be posted online and may also serve as the basis of the filing a lawsuit asserting with their constitutional rights were violated during the encounter. These individuals may refuse to identify themselves when asked. The First Amendment auditors have already performed several audits in many locations throughout the Denver metro area, including the 16th Street Mall and inside or outside of government buildings. The following guide was created to advise officers on how to respond when contacting an individual or individuals who are conducting First Amendment audit. During the course of your duties as police officers, you may encounter individuals who are attempting to film you or other public employees, or who may or who may insult you or the public.
Hold on, before
Yeah.
you go on. Let me pause that real quick, and then you can continue, K-Dot.
Yep.
I understand that we've been boisterous with police, but do you ever see K-Dot or I at any given point be the aggressors, be the ones that to insult the police right off the bat? The only time I could ever think of us that we do that is when we already know that officer is an absolute piece of fucking garbage, and we've run into him several times before. Other than that, we always wait for the cops to, and this, I'm hoping that cops are watching. I'm hoping that you're watching, police, because we wait for you to make the mistake first. You always make the mistake first. So continue. I'm sorry, Kato. Go ahead.
Okay. During the course of the. Okay, yeah. So, or may insult, or assault you or the public employee, and attempt to provoke response. So they're talking about the debate shit. So they're saying that these guys are there to debate you. Don't fall for it or whatever. And here, and like ML8 said, we're reflective, we're mirrors. You give us respect, we'll give you respect. You know what I'm saying? When that happens, remember that criticism, insults, profanity, obscene gestures, and disparaging comments by themselves are protected by the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects a significant amount of verbal criticism directed at police officers or other public employees. Remember that all individuals have the right to record police officers. Now, you hear what that says. Remember that all individuals have the right to record police officers and public employees in public areas, in a public space. Additionally, unless recording is specifically prohibited, individuals may be prevented from recording in public areas or within government buildings. Now, the reason why he said that is because he put that dumbass sign that states that we're not allowed to record in the police station or without his approval or his authorization. So let me read that again. The First Amendment protects all verbal directed verbal criticism directed at police officers or other public employees. Remember that all individuals have the right to record police officers and public employees and public places. Additionally, unless recording is is specifically prohibited. Individuals may not be prevented from recording in public places or within government buildings. However, the individual does not have the right to interfere with an officer's ability to perform his or her job in reasonable parameters. That's not what the law states.
Right.
Maybe
357, I saw your comment. Yes, my hat is on point. They always are. But go ahead.
parameters may be placed to ensure that the citizen's recording is not interfering with your ability to perform your job. Also, individuals do not have the right to create physical or verbal situations to the courthouse, business, or efficient operations of a public office. The individuals may not touch an officer. Well, duh.
Hold on that point. If you guys saw the rabbit hole video where I almost got arrested in District 2, you guys know how that is. He tried twice to make me touch him so he could arrest me, that officer. If you haven't seen that video, you have to watch it. It's a great video. You'll learn a lot from it. Go ahead, K-Dot.
The individuals may not touch an officer, gain access to a restricted area or building, disobey a lawful order to maintain reasonable distance. Well, first of all, it has to be a lawful order.
Right.
Lawful and then order.
K-Dot showed them that, showed them up on that when we encountered Officer Ramos, who that fucking psychopath in Denver. And you guys need to check out that video too, because a few hours, Gesundheit, man. A few hours after that encounter that K-Dot I had with Officer Ramos, he fucking shot up a crowd and injured 5 innocent people.
Sure did.
In Denver. So check out that video as well. And comment. I need your comments too. Go ahead, K-Dot.
Disobey a lawful order to maintain reasonable distance so that you can do your job. 4, directly threaten an officer. 5, if the individuals are in public building, they cannot interfere with the staff's ability to perform their jobs, and they cannot block entrances or exits. Note, content of speech by itself, it says right here, content of speech by itself may not be the biases of a citation or arrest unless it's a physical threat. Okay? So you cannot arrest me on interference on speech alone. It says it right here in your little memo here.
There'll be more on that coming up in the weeks ahead. You guys just stay tuned to my my channel.
Right. And like I said, I'm gonna put this the rest of this on my community page, so you guys are well aware of all this and you guys can read it for yourself. There's a little bit more, but I just at least wanted to give you guys the gist of it, so you know what they're trying to do or trying to accomplish. But yeah, there's a lot of contradictions in here. They definitely make it to where that it's an us versus them thing, instead of, hey, they're just wanting us to make sure that we're doing our jobs, you know. They're checking in on their investments, you know.
Not everybody is out here for nefarious reasons, guys.
Exactly. You know, they don't even state that in there. They're like, you know, now all these are not every, you know, situation's different. Some of them, if you respect them or whatever, or if you know, just make sure that you're always polite, courteous, and professional. You know, it's just, you know, they're just, oh, look, these guys film you and they'll cuss you the hell out, pretty much. So, but I'll put that on my community page hopefully this evening, so you guys can go ahead and look at it. Yeah. So
if you guys haven't subbed to K-Dot's channel, he's rising in the ranks of auditors. He's got over 30,000. I know most of you guys are subbed, but if you're not subbed, make sure you sub to K-Dot. Let's get him up to 100,000. Tell people, right? Word of mouth goes a long way. So tell everybody that this guy is the best in the Denver metro area by far, all right? And get them curious and have them subscribe. You know, ask them to subscribe. So, you know, I appreciate you, 357. Blue Unicorn, you made a great point about if a country like Kuwait can outlaw homelessness and say if you are homeless, the government will give you a house. Why can't the richest country in the motherfucking world do that? Right? Oh, well, you know, we all worked hard for our houses and blah, 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 and it would be unfair. Fuck unfairness. Let's be unfair. Let's be unfair. Give everybody a motherfucking house to live in with some dignity.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We all deserve to die with just a little bit of dignity. Right? Homeless people are no different. They're people after all. So, anyways, anything else, K-Dot?
That's everything.
All right. This is Rabbit Hole. This is another rabbit hole, guys. I know I had a weird little series of videos of Rabbit Hole. This is a deeper rabbit hole. All right. And we are going to continue to find out more information for you guys. We just missed a council meeting yesterday, but I'm sure K-Dot or I or any combination will be at the next one. We're going to bring up this shit next council meeting.
Yep.
HCO, welcome. Nanya, I know you were in here. Everybody else that I didn't mention, if I didn't mention your name, I do apologize. Sometimes the chat goes a little bit wonky. Housing is definitely a human right, just like medical is a human right, standing tall. So anyways, you guys have a great day. I appreciate all the contributions that you can give, please. All right. I very rarely do this, but I want to give that place at least a few blankets. Cash at me a few bucks if you can. And I'll make sure that goes to Comitas because they're in definite need, everybody. They're hurting so bad. They're just now, the only homeless shelter, actual homeless shelter in Aurora is about ready to lose budget and lose their daytime shelter.
Yep.
They have two buildings, one for an amalgamation of things and one for just daytime shelter.
Yep.
They need your help, guys. And they need you to contact the mayor, the city council members in Aurora. I don't have the numbers. You guys can look them up on Google. Hammer them. Email them. Let them know that you want the budget to go to the only homeless shelter in all of Aurora, Comitas. Okay? Please, I implore you to do that. If you don't donate, call the mayor and all the city council members.
Send them an email.
Send them an email, all of them, and let them know that you want the money, the budget, part of the budget, more of the budget to go to that homeless shelter, okay? Anyways, have a great day. Oh, let me talk about the schedule real quick. The rest of this week is kind of an amalgamation. Tonight, Hot Tub, 9 Eastern. If you want to have a good time, not on this channel, but on Bernie's channel, make sure you go on over. It's a blast. It's going to be a ton of fun for everybody. Tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow, K-Dot?
Besides working.
Besides working. Well, what is your, like, working tomorrow from what?
I think all the way up until 12:45. So
same thing. Okay. We might be doing something tomorrow. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
If not, I might take it easy. Thursday, I'm completely off unless I'm doing stuff for this cat, which I usually am. Friday, I do another show. This Friday is going to be the last one before we go to Vegas, but I'm not going to miss any time on that show. RP Grinders, twitch.tv/RP Grinders if you guys like video games, or we talk politics, the last half. If you don't like the first half of the show, go to the second half of the show. It's about a 2-hour show, and we talk about a lot of current events, politics, all that type of stuff. It's a blast. You guys will have fun. The weekends are usually reserved for you guys. If you email me, mexicanlonghair@gmail.com, and let me know if you guys want me to do an audit somewhere, or cop watch, or even something fun like a drive to Red Rocks, or we just did a ghost town up in near Central City, Colorado. So yeah, karaoke on the hot tub tonight, standing tall. Be there on Bernie's channel. Yep. Bernie Branches, Bernie B. So but this week's going to be a little unusual on the weekend because Saturday I got to get prepared to go to Vegas. I will try to do 1 or 2 lives in Vegas next week, so be on the lookout for that. In lieu of that, I don't have much else. 988 if you're struggling with your mental health in the United States, dial that number. If you're too sheepish to talk to somebody, you can also text message that number. But I do have my email address, mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a counselor or a psychiatrist or psychologist, but I do listen, and sometimes that's all that matters. But in lieu of that, if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. You're my favorite, K-Dot.
You're my favorite.
See? That's how it works. Somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. So before you make a rash decision, just hold on to that thought. It could save your life. And that's all I got, I think.
That's
anything else?
man.
All right. Later, everybody. Have a good week. I will... oh, it works in Canada, too, apparently. Later, everybody. Have a great day.
Hey.